going to take you and the team through the census methodology and also the cabin procedure. Here we have a total of 26 counting blocks with a minimum size of 284 square kilometers and a maximum of 600. This is well designed such that we have 3 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. One of the major equipment is the aircraft. We count it as an equipment. We have cameras to take evidence of photos. We have the GPS. We have a dictaphone. That's where we record the data. After that, we have a team on the ground that usually does the data transcribing. They have to listen to the voice records, transcribe them into a database, and then later data analysis begins. And then we are able to get a report from that.
This is an important event for Kenya because this information and data is very crucial for the planning of Kenya Wildlife Service in terms of mitigating the challenges. How do we manage our biodiversity? Amboseli is unique with elephants, and because these elephants are known by their lineage, so there's been a research for over 40 years of who is the mother, who is the grandparents, who are the children and the siblings of these elephants.
The population of elephants here is in a very small park, is quite intense. It's a watering point also for most animals, and we have a variety of animals here. We have wildebeest, we have zebra, we have predators like lions and hyenas. The community here engages with that wildlife on a daily basis, and they actually are the ones who look after the wildlife.
Within the Amboseli Magadi ecosystem, we also have a number of community conservancies, and the national aerial census that is now taking its second day will cover the entire ecosystem, which is about 13,000 square kilometers, and Amboseli is part of that ecosystem.
Amboseli originates from a Maasai word, Ambosel, which means the land of dust.
Now, Amboseli qualifies to be a Ramsar site, a wetland of international importance, because we have now permanent water bodies. When it is very wet and this place becomes like a big lake, the animals can go out in the buffers and dispersal area. So it's able to sustain itself between seasons. It has the world known elephant population. Individual elephants have been monitored through a long-term Amboseli Elephant Trust in partnership with the KWS. You know the matriarch, you know the matriarch's sister, you know the daughters, the granddaughters, the sons, and when they give birth, those records are kept.
We have one icon bull called Tim. He is still remembered because of the genes that he left in this place. And we are seeing some young bulls coming. And from the study done by Dr. Cynthia, we know who are coming up. He was known as one of the heavy feeder who require big space for feeding. Elephants eat 300 kilograms of dry mass and drinking close to 240 liters of water.
Amboseli is a small park. It's 302 square kilometers. We are not sustainable by having only Amboseli. And wildlife come to the park during the day, and in the evening hours they move outside the park. And major problem that we face is human-wildlife conflict.
This census will give us population numbers. Apart from giving us the numbers, it will also give us the distribution, whether they are within the park, outside the park, in community conservancies. And that is very critical in terms of planning, particularly on interventions like human-wildlife conflict, security deployment, and the census will be recording also threats to wildlife. During the census, we are also going to do a water bird count. It will be the first to establish the number of species of birds that are in these new water bodies. And it will be the first time that we'll see and also try to document if we have immigrants from Europe and other parts of Africa, because our lakes receive paleantic migrants which migrate from all over Europe. So the census will tell us if there are these new arrivals, and also what species, in what numbers, and that is how significant the Amboseli ecosystem that is going to use both aerial and ground to establish the number of different species is so important. And more so, this census will help provide information to guide the implementation now of the park management plan and also of the ecosystem plan. So outside the park, we are trying to look at holistic management. How better do we manage the land so that communities benefit under minimum conflict, and also in a manner that we do not lose life and people get injured by the wildlife. And they also don't kill wildlife for bushmeat.